It's birthday time with a lot of breweries at the moment, so we're going to hit the birthday trail with this one from Polly's. This is one of their birthday beers in collaboration with Sureshot. It's a double IPA. It is a 7th birthday double IPA, but what's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. As I said in the intro, it's birthday time. This is like every brewery's having a birthday. I think it must have been that a lot of breweries all started in January for some reason, which is completely a crazy month to really start. But it means that now, us as beer lovers, January's a very good month for beers. We obviously get all the hype around the putty. There's other now double IPAs that are releasing on every January as well, like Blood Machines. There's a few others as well. It seems there's a lot of double IPAs, and this is a double IPA. So Polly's celebration 7th birthday, I think they actually had 7 releases, but there was some really weird ones in there. Obviously Stout's not a big fan of. I think there was a sour, again I didn't go for that, but they also had like things like a white IPA. It doesn't rock my boat. And then they had a normal IPA, and they had a triple IPA. I mean, the triple one probably was one I should have got, but I didn't get hold of that one. And the normal IPA, I think there was a couple of normal IPAs, but they were, the hops didn't do it for me. So I got this one because I like Sureshot, and Polly's are great. And I also like the fact that it's got Citra, Idaho 7, Nelson Sauvin, and Sabro in it. I feel like I haven't had Sabro enough recently, so I thought I'd grab a double IPA with Sabro in it. And I think Sabro and Nelson are so different that together they could create something really special. But enough talking, let's start pouring and drinking, shall we? So let's crack it open, get it going. I don't know, I feel like it's a long while since I've had a Polly's beer. I don't know what it is. I have felt that I've not been as kind to them recently. I think that's what I would say. But it's not that I've not been kind. Just I haven't anything that's just really blown me away from them. So yeah. But the last time I remember having a beer from Polly's, I'm sure I had Sabro in it. I think certainly Sabro and Talus was one of my beers of the year last year. But that was last year. This is 2025. Beer in a glass. Well, it looks pretty good. Certainly as I poured it, it certainly poured quite thick. It's a lovely custardy colour, just the way we like it. 2 fingers, pretty loose, just off white head, but it looks pretty good. And actually the aroma is incredible already. Lots and lots of aroma filling the room. So let's unpack it. So you're getting a lot of the Nelson in the aroma. There's citrus fruit from the Citra. So there's lemons and limes and grapefruits. There's that black tea that Idaho 7 gives off. The Nelson Sauvin though, the grape, the gooseberry, all the New Zealand-esqueness. But I'm struggling to pick it. There's a slight whiff, a hint, and whether I'm looking for it, I'm not sure, of the Sabro, that sort of coconut, pineapple. I have a feeling that's going to be more in the flavour. So let's tuck in, shall we? Cheers, everyone. That is incredible double IPA. I feel like I say that a lot, but this is just how I like my double IPAs. Lovely little bit. I say lovely little bit, but actually it's quite a lot of sweetness. I think that's the thing that's really rocking my boat for double IPAs, when they're sweet. I don't like the Dover dank flavours. I want a little sweetness of it. For me, the sweetness sort of makes the alcohol disappear as well, and also makes it a much more moorish drink. Flavour-wise, there's a lot going on. Tropicalness the tropical flavours are quite big. So you got your mangoes, you're getting sweet peach, passion fruit, papaya, and pineapple as well. There is a slight little bit of earthiness, but it's subtle, and it just offsets that sweetness with which I'm presuming is the Idaho 7, that sort of black tea flavour. Nelson Sauvin and Sabro, massive flavoursome hops, distinctive hops. It's almost like when you think, oh, I'm getting a hint of Nelson there, then you get, oh, I'm getting a hint of Sabro. I mean, then that sort of goes back again. They almost are really cancelling each other out, but it really works well. So I'm getting a real slight echoes of the Sabro flavour. The coconut is really dialed back. You get more of the sort of pineapple, the pina colada, that sort of flavour. Creamy mints coming in as well. And from the Nelson, it just keeps it a little bit crisp and fresh, you know, a little bit more of those sort of green fruits. And it cuts through that flavour to stop those tropical flavours going too dank. It's a really good beer. And actually, I'm up there with saying this is an excellent beer. This is a top draw double IPA. It's got all the flavour. The body is incredible. Smooth, velvety, almost with a creamy sortness to it. It's probably the most full-bodied double IPA I've had for a while. And the flavours are in there. There is a slight little bit of weedy dankness coming through as it sort of warms up in the glass. But basically, you've got loads and loads of flavour. It's tropical. There's stone fruits in there. I'm getting apricot coming through. The Sabro is just, and the Nelson are just sort of in the background. I think Idaho 7 and Citra are the bigger flavours. But the Nelson and the Sabro are in there. But if you're not a massive fan of either of those hops, but you've had them before in other stuff, and you think, yeah, I quite like them, but a bit too overpowering. And for me, I think I'm getting to that point with both of those hops, but Nelson especially. It needs something to hold it back, and Sabro needs something to hold it back. And these two hops, Idaho 7 and Citra, have held the flavour back, but the flavours are still there. It's an incredible, well-rounded, very well balanced, flavoursome, great beer. Polly's are, you know, for me, this is up there with the best double IPAs that I've had. Flavour-wise, body-wise, is spot on. And yeah, I'd say Polly's are back. They never really went away, but I think that they can bring some real superb beers, but they release so many different ones that some of the really good ones could get lost in the mix. So when you come up with something like this, and obviously I think they're going to up their game for the birthday beers. Obviously Sureshot are involved. They make great beers. I've had some great IPAs and double IPAs from them as well. But this is a very good beer, and it's up there with some of the best double IPAs. They know how to get the mouthfeel right. They know how to balance the flavours really well together. They are masters at their craft. And yeah, definitely recommended. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Polly's with Sureshot, 7th birthday double IPA, 8.4%. I think I said that for, you know, always presume they're 8%, but 8.4%. We've got Citra, Idaho 7, Nelson Sauvin, and Sabro. This is a very, very good beer. Very good double IPA. Ticks all the boxes, and all the categories score well. So let's go through them, starting with aroma. Appearance. Flavour. Value for money. This was $5.99. I think that's incredible value for a double IPA, and one that's as good as this is definitely worth, you know, $5.99. I mean, IPAs can be $5.99, so I think this is really good value for money. And finally, my overall experience. We tot the scores up. It's a highly recommended. It's right in the middle of the highly recommended. I can't think where we've had many beers over the years that are as high as this. 85 total score out of 100. This is a very good beer. Polly's make good beers. They still make good beers. But there's a lot of other breweries that make good beers as well. And so I think they've dipped a bit for me, but I don't think they've dipped. I think it's just the other bit breweries have come up and I've just got a little bit more excited about those. But when you have a beer like this, you think, sorry, Polly's. Sorry that I sort of doubted your ability to make incredible beers, because this is up there with some of the best double IPAs. Yes, I know I do a lot of double IPAs now. Someone even commented, you should change your name to Rocker's Double IPA. review, you know, because I'm doing so many, which I'm quite surprised at, because if you take the first couple of years of the channel, I didn't do any double IPAs. But this is an incredible double IPA, and it's worthy of your time. Polly's, let me know if you've had any of the other birthday beers that I've sort of passed by. I mean, it's probably at the point I probably won't get them now. There's so many beers to drink, but as I said, the hops did appeal to me. But they're all collaborations with different people. I think there's one with Pomona Island, one with Duration, one with Spooktown. Yeah, they're a local brewery to me, right in Chester. So yeah, I didn't, but the hops just did appeal to me. But anyway, I'm going off on one. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the rest of this beer. You should, if you get this one. I mean, even if you see all the birthday beers and you think, oh, I only want one of those, I don't want to buy a whole lot of Polly's beers, this is the one to get, I think. Incredible beer. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. It really helps the algorithms and the channel and all the rest of it. Please, if you're not a subscriber and you've stumbled upon this and you've made it this far, then surely you should be subscribing by now. If you've already hit the subscribe button, smashed it with the fingers or whatever you smash things with. Yeah, and until the next one, I only ask you 2 things to do now. Number 1, drink good craft beer. Number 2, more importantly, maybe, please keep on rocking.